Okay, thank you guys for joining me today. The main topic of our business is finding new business, and so today we're going to be talking about how to generate business today, and where you can focus your time and energy and efforts in order to be more productive in this business. Now, kind of my rule of thumb is that if you do not have 5 active buyers or renters, and kind of my definition of someone who is active means that you are actively taking them out to see properties, right? It's not just sending them properties. It's that you are physically taking them at least once a week to go see a property. Then you probably don't have enough business, right? Even if you're part-time, maybe it's 2 people or something like that. But really, real estate, like any sales job, is a numbers game, right? We have to have a certain number of people that we're actively working with, because people won't buy or rent, people will decide to stay where they are, people will decide to move out of the state, they'll think interest rates went up too high, whatever it is, right? There are going to be reasons. And so it's a numbers game, because if you're working with 5 people actively, probably one of them is going to close, right? And so if you want to do, one a month, then at any given time you need to be working with 5 people. And again, some people have better metrics, better conversion than that, but of active clients, again, for me, it's probably like 2 or 3 out of 5. For someone who's newer, it's probably 1 out of 5, maybe even a little bit less. And so it is a numbers game, right? And so what you have to focus on and what you need to be spending your time doing is generating leads, right? It's prospecting. It is finding people who are looking for the services that you can provide, be it as, a sales agent, working with a buyer, working with a landlord, or working with a tenant, or even commercial, right? So there are basically 5 different groups of people that will work, or 6, I guess, if you look at both sides of commercial, right? 2 sides of every deal, either being on the listing or sales side, or being on the buyer or tenant side. Again, the same thing kind of applies for commercial as well. So if you don't have the time to do it, really the only other option you have is to pay for leads, right? And we can pay in a number of different ways, right? We can either pay a flat fee every month to receive X leads, or we can pay a referral fee off the top of those leads. And so again, when you think about this, every time that you're trying to find someone to work with, you have to pay in one way. You have to pay with your time that you're putting in to generate those leads, or you're paying in bulk purchasing or a referral off of actually getting those leads. So again, there are many ways to go about this. And it's basically a 3-step process, right? We have to generate the leads, we have to follow up with the leads, we have to convert the leads, right? Very simple. Create the leads, make sure that you're taking them out, get them to buy something or rent something, or rent a commercial space. So the most important one of all of these, in my mind, is the lead generation, right? And my suggestion for anyone who's newer to the business is to generate in 1 neighborhood, 2 neighborhoods, 3 neighborhoods. And these are things that Ritalin can help you with if you're not doing it through the MyWhiteCrit system already. The easiest one, and again, for me, it's the one that is 100% free, right? We have Cole Realty for you. We have KV Core for you. You don't have to pay anything for any of these leads. And so what you can do is you can do a digital farm. And again, we're not going to go into the specifics of any of these things today, because there are basically videos on YouTube that show you how to do all these lead generation activities, right? So the first, again, is that digital farming, right? Ask yourself, are you sending out to thousands of people every week an email with information that could help them and could help them want to work with you? If you're not, devote time every week to doing that, right? Spend the rest of the day today putting together the lists of people in certain neighborhoods, putting together your farm campaign, so that tomorrow you can get it out and start hopefully generating business off of that. The second is posting rental open listings on RentHop, right? If you say, hey, I want to work with renters, right? Use RentHop. And again, there's a small fee for that. It's about $70 a month for the intro subscription. And you can post onto RentHop to get people who might want to work with you to rent an apartment, right? Again, every day, the magic number for RentHop, and again, this is all in the video on RentHop, is 30 ads, right? So every time you open up your RentHop account, do you have 30 ads up that are generating people that want to see those properties, or if those properties aren't available anymore, are people that you can convert into people that are going to work with you to find a rental listing. And given the kind of slowdown of the sale market, above $750,000, rentals are a great way to make money quickly, right? You can take someone out and you can do money. And again, we have people who've started in the business less than a month ago who've already done their first rental in a very short period of time. And again, it's a great way to start building your business off of renters who, again, someday will probably turn into buyers or could turn into buyers. Another place that you can generate business is your sphere of influence. And again, if you're new to the business, does everyone that you know, right? Friends, family, past colleagues, people from, your church, your synagogue, whatever organizations you're part of, know that you're now in real estate? If not, put together that email. You can send it out through MyWhiteGirt to start telling people what you do and the services that you can provide to them. Again, if you are not having any luck with those things, then what about WhiteGirt.com leads, right? We have WhiteGirt.com rental leads and WhiteGirt.com sales leads. These are subscriptions that you can sign up for. There's a referral fee due on all of them, but they are free leads, right? You don't have to generate them. They're just coming into you. If you haven't done the WhiteGirt Direct, it's called now, lead specialist training, there will be one tomorrow, I believe, for the renters, and later in the month or early next month for the sales. But you can do that and start getting leads into you right away. Again, instead of creating them yourselves, you're getting them from a source that's creating them, and that's why there's a referral fee due on them. If you've been in the business for a bit longer, think about all the people you've come in contact with, right? Open house guests and past clients. Have you talked to them about what's going on in real estate right now? Have you talked to them about the increases in interest rates, right? Where things are going? If you haven't, it's a great reason to reach out to people, right? And to generate them and ask for referrals. In the same way, if you're actively working with someone, right? Let's say you have 2 or 3 active clients that you're working with and taking them out every week. Do they know that you also do rentals? Do they know that you can work in different neighborhoods? Have you asked them if they know of anyone looking to buy, sell, or rent something, right? They already know of your service and they can be a great source of referrals even while you're working with them. I can't tell you how many times I've been working with a rental client and asked if they happen to know of anyone. They're like, oh my God, actually, I forgot. My cousin's looking for something too. Let me introduce you, right? And even though they haven't rented something with me, they know of the service and the attention that I provide to them during the process, and they're usually happy to refer you out. Again, past leads who've contacted you, right? Maybe last year you had a rental listing and you had 15 people that came to see it. Have you followed up with them and see how they are doing now and what their thoughts are for next year, right? Oftentimes, again, if you had a listing 9 months ago, it's a great time because those people are probably thinking about what they're looking to rent. The same thing again with past open house clients, right? Maybe they didn't find anything in the last market, but now they're looking again. Expired listings and for sale by owners, right? These are great people to reach out to try to start maybe getting some listings. You can reach out to them again. There's videos on how to do this. It's a very, very simple process of building a relationship with someone who is, again, actively on the market, and you can start generating leads by having a relationship with these for sale by owner sellers or these potentially past sellers who might not want to be selling right now, and just say, hey, if I could find someone for you with my amazing MyWhiteGirt system, would it be okay for me to bring them in? If they say yes, say great. I'm going to reach out to everyone in Soho, everyone in the West Village, everyone in Williamsburg to let them know that there's something that's off market, but it might work for them, right? Or for the for sale by owners, they're usually open to allowing you to use the MyWhiteGirt system to prospect on their property. Again, everyone in your database, right? When I was just an active agent and not working as a manager, my goal was that everyone in my database, right, which were primarily, sphere of influence, past clients, and friends and family, that all of those people I reach out to at least once a quarter, right? Maybe it's one day a month that you're just reaching out to a bunch of people, saying hi, setting up coffee, right? And I tried to see everyone at least once a year face to face, right? I still have, but a subscription to the Whitney, right? And I'd say, hey, if you want to go to the Whitney, I'd love to take you there and see the new exhibit, right? And most people want to do stuff in New York, right? They're not fully booked all the time. And again, signing up for something where you can take a guest, you can always go with people. It's a great time to catch up, maybe buy them a coffee. And again, just talk to them about what's going on with the market. You want to stay top of mind for all these people to help them help you generate more business. If you actively have a listing, you can do a core property boost, right? If it's not selling, it's a great thing to do, cost 50 or 60 bucks. What you can do is you can boost it and you'll start getting leads in from Facebook and Instagram, right? Again, great place to show off a listing that you have. And it does two things, right? It generates leads, maybe someone who buys this property, if not, maybe someone you can work with. And it also shows your seller or your landlord that you're taking proactive steps to get the property sold, right? You can create a seller evaluation squeeze page and send it out to a neighborhood. Rudolin can help you with that. And that way you can tell people, hey, if you want to know what your property is worth, click on this, right? It's going to get people into your database that you can start converting and maybe get a listing off of. You can also use print farms, right? It's a great way to lead generate by sending out postcards. People are not sending them out as much anymore. If you have a new listing, send it out to the neighborhood. If you go into contract, send it out to the neighborhood. When you close, send it out to the neighborhood, right? These are things that can all be done in the Weichert Design Center to get your name out there more. Or even you could do postcards. And again, I've done these before and it's worked on occasion. Again, if you have someone looking in a neighborhood and there's nothing on the market that fits their criteria, you can send my buyer's looking in your building or my buyer's looking in your neighborhood, right? And again, this was one I sent out and a very simple text, right? Dear shareholder, I have an amazing financially qualified buyer eager to become a resident of 123 Main Street. Since nothing is currently on the market, I'm reaching out to see if you have an interest in selling. Thanks so much for your time. I look forward to hearing from you. Check out my website, jason-bauer.weichert.com. Looking forward to hearing from you, right? That's it. And I got one person who was actually thinking about selling, right? They haven't sold or they're not actually doing it yet, but it's something that you can do. And again, it's not too expensive. We can also do Property Shark calls to owners, right? We can see if people, you can use Property Shark from here in the office. We can pull lists together and find it building by building of owners and things like that. And you can see if anyone's looking to buy, sell, rent, whatever it is, right? And again, if you don't want to do these things, right? And these are the core activities that we do to build our business. We reach out to people, we talk to people, we tell them about our services, right? And if you say, I don't have time for that, or I don't want to do that, then what you can do is pay for leads, right? There are multiple sources of paid leads across the internet. Again, if you're looking for renters, if you're looking for buyers, again, different ways of doing that. And if you don't have the money to do it, then you can sign up for the referral programs that we have here at Weichert and from third-party companies. And you can start getting referrals from OpCity, from Weichert.com and things like that. And you just pay off the closing, right? So again, the majority of your day, the majority of your week, the majority of your month, if you don't have enough active clients, should be doing these things, right? And maybe you focus on one or two a day or focus on one or two to start, but you want to keep doing it so you become an expert in it. So once you get in contact with someone, right? So and again, this lead generation is the biggest part, right? You need to be actively doing things. And once you start getting leads coming into you, you need to follow up with them, right? Use My Weichert to follow up with them, right? You can share listings in there because it's linked to the MLS. You can chat with them. You can show them your social media. There are pre-built campaigns in there with action plans, and you can also make campaigns yourself. Again, Rudolin can help you out with putting together a campaign that works for you. We also have mobile dialer in there, so you can do prospecting. You have to pay for that. It's a very small fee. And again, it's a hub so that all the listings can be shared with any clients that you're working with on there. So again, once you get these people, once they contact you, once you're in a relationship and actually talking to them, what you want to do is you want to convert them, right? And by converting them, what I mean is that you're taking them from a lead into a customer, right? You're building a relationship to a point where they say, hey, Harvey is my broker, Rudolin is my broker, that these people are working with you. And in my opinion, and the way that works for me, and again, the thing that I'm telling you, that if you don't have enough active people in your database that are working with you, what you need to do is build on your consultations, right? Many people who get a lead, talk to the lead, and they just start sending over listings, right? And what is that doing? That is not building a relationship. That's showing that you have access to active listings that are on the market. They can get that from anyone. What you need to do is build the relationship with them by doing a consultation with them and with the services that can be provided by you so that they understand the process and what it's like to work with you. We have that in a couple different ways, right? A rental consultation. And if you look at working with a rental tenant, I go through my consultation, right? What I say to people, what I do. It's all on YouTube, so you can watch that. If you're working with buyers, do the buyer consultation, right? After your first showing or before your first showings, do it virtually. It builds a relationship. And again, I can tell you the first time I did this, once, Weicker had acquired our old company about 7 years ago, I hadn't done any buyer consultation. I talked to people about the process and things like that, but I sat down and I did the actual one with the first Weicker lead network lead that I got, right? And we went and saw a property. We had coffee afterwards. I went through the whole buyer consultation, and she said to me, "Wow, I've gone out with a bunch of brokers. No one has ever explained it this easily to me. Thank you so much. Let's work together." And I sold her a property in Brooklyn, right? So think about that. Just by doing a consultation, which took me 15, 20 minutes, I had a client that then worked with me, right? And that's how you build a relationship. The same way with a seller or a for sale by owner, the listing presentation, again, there's a video on how to do that. And again, if you're going on your first listing presentation, bring someone with you, right? Bring Peter, bring Leslie, bring Tanya, bring Will, bring people who are very good at getting listings and learn from them and split the listing with them, right? Also introducing all under one roof, right? Letting them know that you have a mortgage broker, you have an insurance broker, someone that can help them in the whole process. Again, it's giving them a full service experience. And once you have the lead, you need to convert them into a customer. And this is how we best do that. Again, if you're doing prospecting, right? If you're calling Weicker lead network leads, if you're calling leads that are coming in, right? What you want to do is use these scripts until you convert 2 and close 2 deals, right? For a rental lead, again, hi, this is blank from Weicker Properties. The reason I'm calling you is you recently made an inquiry for a rental property. I know you initially called about a rental, but being that the interest rates are historically low, again, they still are historically low. Even though they've gone up, they're historically low. You can probably buy a home for a monthly payment less than your monthly rental. Would you consider that, right? And again, if they say no, say not a problem. Let me help you find a rental then. And for Weicker.com lead, the reason I'm calling is you made a real estate inquiry on our website. Just checking in to see if you're still in the market to buy a home, right? Boom, super simple. Yes or no. No, I rented. Oh, have you thought about buying in the future? Where did you rent? Are you thinking about moving? Again, it's been a while. Whatever it is, right? Use these scripts. And again, I went over scripts on another one of our workshops. Use the scripts until you're comfortable enough in your own dialogue, right? I don't use these per se, but I know how to kind of pivot around any conversations that I have with someone. Again, what you need to do is now form an action plan, right? And hopefully the reason you're on this call is that you want to generate more business. And so what I want you to do in an email right now, and again, we'll just do it between us, is tell me, who are you trying to target, right? Are you going to target renters, buyers, sellers, landlords, investors, right? How are you going to target them? I'm going to use Cole Realty, right? I'm going to do Weicker lead network calls. I'm going to do postcards, right? How much time are you going to devote every day to doing it? And how are you tracking it, right? We can have whatever action plan we want. We can have whatever goals we want, but we need to follow up with what we're doing on a weekly basis, right? Again, if your work week is, Monday through Friday, or if it's Monday through Sunday, whatever it is, at the end of the week, who did you reach out to? How many X, Y, or Z did you do, right? You need to track this. So again, what you want to do is you want to have the goal of converting leads. And for me, the most important thing is to have a minimum of 5 new appointments a week, right? And again, what is 5 new appointments a week? This is meeting someone who is not an active customer or client, right? That is doing a buyer rental appointment, a seller or landlord appointment, right? Perfecting the buyer consultation and leveraging all under one roof as your value proposition, right? Working on the listing presentation. And again, you don't have to do all of these, the consultations at once, right? Maybe you're only going after buyers. Maybe you're only going after sellers. Maybe you're only working with renters. Totally fine. But perfect what you're working on, right? Spend the next week doing that so that when you talk to someone, you can do it effectively, right? Go out and see properties on the weekend. If you have no clients you're taking out this weekend, I really hope that you're out at least 15 open houses over the course of the weekend, right? Checking out what's going on, seeing what's on the market. So then you can effectively talk to someone about what is active on the market. And again, there's 3 of you on the call right now. There are 90 of us here in the office. Find an accountability partner, right? If you don't have one, find one. Find someone that you like working with, that you can check in with every other day to keep on track with your actions, right? If your goal is to call 100 people a day and you just say that, and the end of the week you've called 5 people, there's nothing. But if every other day you're checking in, you're saying, how many did you call? I called 5 on Monday. On Wednesday you check in. How many did you call? 5. Well, why not? Why didn't you call, right? Having an accountability partner where you can keep track of your actions with, and again, make sure that you're keeping on top of what you need to be doing. And what I say that you should do is write an end of week summary, right? What did you do this week to generate new business? Again, what prospecting activities did you do? And if you see it every week with your accountability partner and you're not doing things, you've got someone that you can bounce off of and come up with new ideas and say, well, why didn't you do it? Right? That's what the accountability is about. Why didn't you do it? And again, if you're looking for someone and don't know who to talk to, just send me an email. We'll find you someone that you can work with to be accountable to one another. So that's basically it from me. I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys have, but I'm going to stop the thing.
Jason, incredible. You do incredible presentations, Nick. You pack a lot of stuff.
Thanks, Harvey. Hold on, let me stop the recording.